So here's the thing. We lost the first 5 minutes of our episode due to technical difficulties. My mic disconnecting. We pick up as Adrian makes the first pick in the draft. Hi.
And he's back.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
I don't know where you guys left off. All I know is you took Kung Fu Panda confidently as your first pick, as if that won you the draft. That's the last thing I heard.
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
And I told him it was a great pick.
Okay, and that again is in Hero, right?
Yes.
Okay. Fu Panda, excellent. All right, you said Poe is his name. I gotta confess, I haven't seen Kung Fu Panda.
Poe is the character's name. Oh my gosh, dude. Poe is the character's name, voiced by Jack Black. The movie is called Kung
great.
Fu Panda.
I'll give it a go. I'll give it a try.
I was telling Adrian when you were off air, I am always so impressed by the animation. Like, I always forget how amazing it is. It's a good movie.
Well, sounds like a good pick, Adrian. Erica, you got second. Let's hear it. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go for comic relief first, because if I don't have this guy on my list, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm taking Donkey from Shrek.
As I expected.
Yes. I've had multiple friends who have told me that I am Donkey, where I'm like so courageous, but like absolutely clueless sometimes. But yeah, voiced by Eddie Murphy. No offense to Antonio Banderas, but we should have gotten Donkey movies versus Puss in Boots, and it would have changed the game completely. But I'm taking Donkey from Shrek for my comic relief.
That's an excellent pick. I was gonna see. Here's the thing. I wanted to take Donkey, but I knew if I got him before you, the podcast might end. So I didn't want to risk it. So thankfully, you got.
We would have not been on speaking
So
terms.
luckily, you got the pick ahead of me. This raises a question I meant to ask. Now, I know how we did it for our monster draft, where you pick a character and the movie's then eliminated. Are we doing that with this draft? I'll let you go.
You know, the more I thought about it after the monster draft, the more I wish that we didn't exclude movies, just because I really did want to take like face huggers from Alien, or maybe from another movie that one of you guys have listed. I don't really think you're going to take an animal from Shrek that's better than Donkey.
It just
will.
reminded me that that's a question I had, because there's some movies that have a plethora of animals, right? Which are all great. And I feel like if we don't allow duplicate movies, that pool gets a lot narrower, which is a challenge. I'm open either way.
I personally have enough range to not pull from anybody else.
Let's do it. Movie gets canceled out.
So let's allow it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So Shrek is done, and
Kung
Fu Panda
that
is
really
done. Which that messes me up too.
But the thing is, too, like, this changes strategy, right? Because you're kind of playing some defense. You're playing some defense to like get a movie off the board that really cleans house, right? So thankfully, I have 2 picks.
I know, right?
All right. So with that being said, oh man. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna have to trust my heart here, and I think it also takes off the board a great movie. I'm gonna take. But there's also that one. Okay, I'm gonna take Bagheera from the Jungle Book. And that's going under mentor. I think Bagheera is actually my favorite character in the Jungle Book. I mean, who doesn't love Baloo, or even what's the snake? Ka, right? Who doesn't love these guys, right? But I think when you think of Bagheera, it's just the character feels so prestige and so like wise, and really wants the best for Mowgli, who becomes not the stepfather, but the father that stepped up. Is that the same? That's like what Bagheera is once he leaves the wolves. So yeah, I'm going to take Bagheera as my mentor. My next pick, I mean, listen, I got to do it just to take it off the board, and it's probably the best villain. And I'm going to take Scar from The Lion King. I'm going...
Wait, so that took out the whole movie.
Lion King is toast.
Ooh. Yeah, that's good.
Lion King is now off the board, and
man, I had Rafiki as a mentor. That hurts.
I did too.
That hurts.
Down goes your blue ass the monkey. Dude, Scar as a kid was like terrifying. Embodied what like a villain is. If you think of any Disney villain that isn't a person, Scar is the first that comes to mind. At least that's what I'm going to say to promote my pick. But yeah, great job. Shout out Jeremy Irons, who voiced Scar. Incredible job. Incredible job. All right. That brings us back to Erica.
You know, you think you have the best Disney villain. And mind you, this is a Pixar film, but I'm going to go with Hopper from Bug's Life.
Hopper.
And because he's not just villainous, like he's evil. He is the worst of the worst in that movie. And, you know, it's Kevin Spacey. So it's like that voice, regardless of how you feel about him as a person, him as Hopper was brilliant. So I'm going to take Hopper from A Bug's Life.
You heard it here first, folks. Erica supports Kevin Spacey in all of his decisions. So
I do not.
No, great pick. Honestly, you know what's really tough about that is, again, Bug's Life is off the board. Like, I wanted to take the caterpillar potentially for comedic relief. Or you could have taken I would have allowed this. The two characters that are like the roly-polies. I don't recall their names. But they're hilarious as a kid. So great pick. Okay, so me and Erica both have our villains taken. Now over to the main villain, Adrian. Who you going for?
Ooh, so I'll leave my villain to the end now that it's safe.
It could get swooped up in wild card, or if it qualifies somehow as another. You know?
Yeah, sure.
Your movie might get
swapped up.
You know, true that. So we'll go comedic relief. Actually, no, I'm sorry. We're gonna go sidekick. Sidekick. Sid the Sloth from Ice Age.
Nice.
Good one.
Voiced by John Leguizamo.
The last dandelion.
If we ever get around to watching a new John Leguizamo movie, I have a feeling Adrian's gonna swoop him up. There's a lot of John love on the pod.
I've always had John love.
Another confession: I haven't seen Ice Age. Like, I get it. There's a squirrel and an acorn that causes everything, right?
You only really need to see the first one, but you should watch it.
They're all good, but the first one is the best. Yeah. All right, so we got.
Ooh. So you got hero and sidekick down.
Yes. All right, so I'm gonna take my mentor, and I'm gonna go Splinter from TMNT, so the animated Ninja Turtle movie, and I'm gonna take Splinter, voiced by Mako. That movie came out in 2007.
Damn. Honestly, oversight on my end. I didn't even think of Splinter. That's pretty good. If you think of mentor, that's probably where your brain goes. Splinter.
The ultimate mentor.
There's another one that I might take as a wild card, but we'll get there. All right, excellent. So you have the rat, Splinter. You dirty rat. What's your next pick?
Hero category. And I'm going to throw you guys for a little loop. I'm going to take Scooby-Doo.
You're taking who?
The dog
Scooby-Doo. From the Scooby-Doo movie.
That's good. He was on my list, yeah.
And he is the only one animated in that film.
And you said that's hero, eh? Well, here's the...
I mean, he's the hero.
Yeah. No, go ahead. He's the hero.
We're not going to talk bad on Scooby-Doo. He's the hero. He's the one that keeps everyone grounded. He's the one that makes sure Shaggy's head doesn't fall off.
So here's the thing.
Just that hero.
That's not a movie. That's a cartoon show, like a series. And then when it came out as a movie, it was live action.
He is animated. He is not live action.
Here, let me. This will solve both of your issues. Scooby-Doo has plenty of movies that went straight to tape as the series. You know what I mean? So it may not. I don't know if there's been an animated Scooby-Doo on the big screen, but it is. He's a movie. I would count it. I would count Scooby-Doo. No, you don't.
Another one if you don't want to count it.
It's up to Adrian. Listen, do you want to be the Grinch?
I'm fine with Scooby-Doo. I don't think it was that strong of a pick.
Excellent. Well, Scooby-Doo as Erica's hero. Okay, so I need to see
real 90s hero telling us that people are the real monsters.
It was.
He was afraid the whole time.
Yeah, but dude, he was.
Yeah,
dude, he was paranoid from all the herb they were smoking. I mean, come on. Give him credit.
That was
I mean, he's a weed
psychedelics.
smoking dog. You think I'm upset
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that?
It's for the culture. It's for the culture.
For the
So
culture.
I have my mentor and my villain. So if we're looking at what we need, there's some good ones here. There's some good ones here. You know, I think I'm gonna dig deep into, you know what? Come on. I'm going wild card because I don't actually know where else they would fit. This is a very specific dilemma to be in. But I'm going to the universe of Weenie the Pooh, and I'm taking Eeyore. Eeyore makes emo cool. You know what I mean? Like if you don't love Eeyore, there's really something wrong with you. I would say he's also comic relief, but he's like that dark humor. Like, you know, and I think dark humor speaks to me in a certain way. So Eeyore, for all the emo kids out there, I'm taking him for wild card. And then I get another pick. There's some good ones still on the board. You know what? I think I'm gonna go hero. I'm gonna go hero here. Oh yeah. I haven't taken a hero yet. I'm gonna go hero, and I'm actually gonna take Robin Hood from Robin Hood. That Sly Fox, the
The
fox.
fox.
Yeah. Takes off a lot of animals, I think, on the board. Baloo is also in that, but it's a different movie, so you know, it's all good. I don't know if he's actually Baloo, but it's voiced by the same guy. But nonetheless, Robin Hood is one of those movies that I think you grew up with if you're a millennial like us. It's a fun take on the Robin Hood for adults. It makes it very understandable. It breaks it down that any age can watch and understand. Yeah, can't go wrong with stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. What a hero. See what I'm doing there? All right, next we go to Erica.
I'm gonna go sidekick because I don't think anybody's gonna take my wild card. So I'm gonna go with Pascal from Tangled. He is our cute little chameleon.
Yeah.
He is with Rapunzel. Essentially, all of her life tries to help her through everything, keeps her company, plays games with her. To me, in my opinion, he's one of the ultimate sidekicks, I think, in all of the Disney universe. He just plays his role exactly how he is, and he's freaking adorable.
Confession, another movie I haven't seen. I feel like I'm at a disadvantage here. You guys are locked and loaded with tons of picks.
You're really just not doing
I
yourself
know.
any favors
I know.
here.
This is
Right,
tough.
right.
This is tough. Okay.
Don't you have godchildren that you could watch movies with or something?
I do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're hundreds of miles apart.
Step your game up,
Okay.
Nino.
Listen,
Step your
I'm ready
game up.
for a FaceTime date with Nino. We can watch something. Okay, so Pascal from Tangled,
Sure.
and you said that was what category? Sorry, your
My
sidekick.
sidekick.
Sidekick. All right. Adrian, what do you got?
So I got 2 picks coming, right? Okay, so I'm missing comic relief, villain, and wild card. So we'll knock out the comic relief that I can't believe you guys missed. Iago from Aladdin, voiced by Gilbert Gottfried. How'd you guys not do that? Funny parrot in Aladdin.
Donkey.
True.
I'm not worried.
You should have done Donkey as a sidekick.
No, I like him for my comic
Yeah,
relief.
you got Iago, so Aladdin's off the board. I'd say a good potential sidekick I was thinking of was Abu. Shout out to my Abu lovers out there from Aladdin. But he's out.
Baby.
You took the monkey away from us to draft, so good job there. Next pick.
Next pick, we're gonna go wild card, and we're gonna do Crush from Finding
Damn.
Nemo. Dude, Crush. Dude,
You know what's tough
Crush.
about
I like that.
It's like Finding Nemo.
Yeah, what's tough about that is you're taking Nemo off the board, which has a good comic relief of Dory, potentially. Shout out to the Dory heads out there.
Mhm.
What's so alluring to you about Crush?
Ellen DeGeneres.
What is it about Crush that speaks to you?
The surfer and the voice, it was great. It fit the turtles like personality perfect. And then like the little kid right next to him, like, dude, sweet. Oh, it was perfect.
It's pretty awesome what Disney did at Disneyland, how they have that whole like interactive attraction with Crush where you can like talk to him and he like in live time moves and talks and very improv-y. Like great job to whoever does that.
I mean, to this day, I still look at my wife and say like, let's see what Squirt does. You know.
Hey man, I know it's late that we're recording, but it's not after dark. Keep some of that to yourself, man. Whoa. Pause, bro. Excellent. So Adrian takes Crush. That brings us back. Moving on to Erica.
Mentor, you guys, well, we took Lion King off the board and we took Kung Fu Panda because I did have Master Oogway as my leader for the mentors. But I'm going to kind of go into like a little bit of the weirdness, and I'm going to go Absalom from Alice in Wonderland for mentor. So like he's just this little caterpillar that ends up, giving little tidbits to Alice. And I think I really like him because he doesn't like come out right away and say, this is what you need to do. He just gives her little hints in order for her to figure it out. And that's just like such a great mentor. That's you have your mentor to just kind of guide you, and then you got to figure out the rest. And he's by her side throughout the thing, making sure she's doing what she's got to do.
Can I just give you kudos, Erica? The most impressive thing about that pick is, the name of the caterpillar.
I mean, I've always been a little bit weird, so
I'm with it. Alice in Wonderland was my favorite animated film for the longest time until I guess I'm next, and I think I'm going to take a character from this movie. But since Coco, that became my favorite animated movie. And as I seamlessly segue into my pick, I'm going to take Dante as the sidekick. Because Dante is the spirit dog, the Aztec.
Mighty shoulder
the Aztec, Yeah, super dope movie. I think having the dog there, it's similar. Well, I shouldn't say that because they're still on the board. But it's just such an incredible movie. And, we were talking about flow and that style of animation. Coco's on the extreme other spectrum of like fantastic, specific, vibrant, saturated color in the animation. I think Coco and Inside the Spider-Verse are like the top two pillars for animation as far as quality goes. So, and Dante.
And just so visually stimulating too.
Yeah, I mean, it had everything. The story, like I can't watch it. Spoiler if you haven't seen Coco. First of all, you need to go watch Coco, whoever you are. But like anytime it gets to the point where Miguel is playing the song for Grandma Coco at the end, like I'm done. Like I'm just a wreck. But yeah, Dante as the sidekick. Who doesn't love a good dog by their side? They're the ultimate sidekick. Erica got Scooby-Doo as the hero. So we both got a couple dogs here. And that brings us to my last pick. Let's see. So I've got mentor, villain, wildcard, hero, sidekick. So
I thought you still had wildcard. I'm all in the clear.
Well, I got comic relief coming here, and I'm so glad he's on the board. I don't know if it's anyone you guys would take, but this is for the real heads, the people that like the deep cuts. This goes out to my boy. Rest in peace. I could cry even just thinking about it. Robin Williams as Batty from Fern Gully as my comic relief.
Oh.
It's funny enough, I actually watched Fern Gully last year. Obviously, it's for children, but the messaging behind it, Robin Williams coming in as this zany bat that was experimented on in labs and like was able to break away, and now he's here with his fairies. Shout out our boy Erica, what's his name? Tim Curry, who plays
beautiful.
Smog, I think his name. I don't recall his name, but
one of the best musical numbers in an animated film to this day. Like nailed
Don't
it.
act like it's not on a playlist of mine. Yeah, for sure. Kills it. Yeah, so I'm taking Batty as my last pick. That's my respect to Robin Williams pick, and hopefully the sympathy gets me the votes. Okay. That brings
Tim Curry was Hexus.
Thank you, Adrian.
His character was Hexus.
Like just everything about it, like it was boiling oil that like came alive and took over the how are they called? Trucks that cut down trees, whatever the hell.
Cheech and Chong.
Cheech and Chong were in it.
Voice.
Yeah, they were the like the Beatles or something like that.
No, they were like tree stumps or something.
They were. Oh, I don't know. Nonetheless,
Stump and Root. Okay.
I think they're Beatles, or they ride.
That was their
something.
names. Yeah, they're Beatles. I think they're Stump and Root. Their names.
Check out Fern Gully. Such a good message, still relevant today. But yeah. Erica, your last pick.
No, I'm like deciding on whether or not I should take this one. I'm actually gonna we're gonna do an audible here. For my wild card, I'm gonna take Gus from Cinderella.
Nice. And that's your wild card, right?
Now, That's going to be my wild card. We'll talk about who I had in place of that. But like the sweetest little mouse, Cinderella makes him that cute little shirt so he can fit in. He always tries his hardest. Still gets into like this mess. He's just like the perfect little animated character.
Yeah, one thing that I think Gus Gus and even like Cinderella and animated films of that time are really a testament of how special voice actors are, right? Because now in animated, you get actors that are doing voices, right? And which, they do fine jobs, but it's really a specific talent. And Gus Gus comes to mind because I can still like remember his voice, and it goes with the stocky mouse with a little tight shirt, and yeah.
So cute.
Yeah, excellent pick. So Gus Gus as your wild card from Cinderella. Close us out, Adrian. What do you got for your last pick?
Oh, villain. I know you guys probably didn't watch this because it came out in 22. It was called The Bad Guys, and it was like the wolf, voiced by Sam Rockwell. So he starts out the movie as a villain, but by the end of it, he becomes
Spoiler
a good
alert.
guy. But spoiler alert. But it's a good movie. He's a good villain. It's the big bad wolf as a smooth thief.
I don't know that I've seen that movie, Adrian, but I will say Sam Rockwell plays a good villain no matter what movie he's in.
Oh yeah, Aquafina was in it. Craig Robinson. It was a nice cast. It was a good movie. Yeah.
So the wolf from The Bad Guys. Yeah, I didn't see that one, but I remember seeing the trailers and whatnot. Are they kind of like heist? It's kind of like a heisty movie, or no? Yeah.
Like they're bad guys that all they do is rob everybody, and they're number one, criminals, and then they get caught.
This guy's giving the whole movie away. Love it. Excellent. Well, listen, I think we did a pretty good draft. There's some people we left on the board, even considering that we wiped out movies by picks, right? Erica, who do you have that you could have gone with?
So for comic relief and even like sidekick, this could work. I had Turk from Tarzan.
Yeah.
Right? And then I had Hey Hey from Moana.
I had Hey Hey.
Oh, I also had Lucifer from Cinderella, the cat, in the villain section. Because that little shit causes so much distress to everybody.
It's funny because like when I think of an evil cat, my mind goes to Lady and the Tramp and the Siamese cats. They were causing look, there's a theme here. Cats causing trouble. Not to go back to my stance during Flow, but nonetheless, excellent. Adrian, do you have anybody you're thinking of picking?
I mean, there were a lot that got eliminated. Rafiki was a big one for me. That
was the big one.
Yeah. That one hurt. No, other than that, there's plenty we missed out on. Puss in Boots. I feel good about my team.
I don't know if either of you have. You definitely have, Michael. I'm not sure about you, Adrian, but for wild card, before Gus Gus, the one that I dropped, I picked Roger from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. But I didn't think it was going to solidify my list. I thought Gus Gus would have given me a little bit more of a boost.
So Roger as the hero.
I think Roger would have been.
Yeah, that's good. Roger, I mean,
I still am going to take Scooby-Doo. That's like my guy to the day I die.
You got to keep it real. I mean, listen, we gave a shout out to Roger Rabbit. A couple on mine, it was between Dante, who I took, and then there's Zero from Nightmare Before Christmas. But they're kind of similar, and Dante, I just had to go with more of a real dog than just a ghost dog. I also had the caterpillar for comic relief from Bug's Life. I don't remember his name, Erica. I don't know if you recall.
It's gonna bother me that I don't, because my best friend and I love that movie.
Bug's Life is top 5 for me. But
he's got some of the best lines.
For sure. All of the characters in Bug's Life are great. Like Francis, the ladybug, the stick figure that plays a sword in their plays. Like it's so brilliant.
I don't know his name in the movie. There's a few.
He's got multiple names.
Tut, Rosie, Gypsy, Manny, Francis, Slim. Was Slim his name in the movie? What was the character's name?
It the stick? Okay,
Manny
is the praying mantis.
The praying mantis.
I love that there's 3 of us and we can't get it.
I don't know what his name is. I love this movie.
Heimlich.
There's
Heimlich.
By Richard Heimlich. Okay. Heimlich is Joe Ranft.
Shout out.
He's brilliant.
Yeah. But you took Hopper, so none of us got to take him. I got to shout out one character who was my first favorite cartoon character, and I was going to take him as mentor, actually, and that's Goofy from the Goofy movie. We got to give a shout out to my Goofy movie heads. Man.
How did none of us pick somebody from the Goofy movie?
Yeah. I mean, they're just...
That would have got you
There's
lots
so
of
many good
votes.
picks, though. Like, it was tough. And also, like, it's a little tricky because Goofy's more known for, like, TV, more or less, the shorts. But he was in a Goofy movie. Great movie. Watched it recently as an adult. Holds up. I imagine Adrian as a dad, like, that is a dad movie to the core. So yeah. Shout out my boy Goof. Anyone else? Anything else? We feel good about our teams.
We had a lot. I really wish I could have had Master Oogway in there, but
or Master Shifu. He played by Dustin Hoffman in that movie.
Oh, I'm so lost. Like, I feel like I haven't seen a lot of animated films.
You need to
watch that movie, Michael. I think we're both offended that you have not.
Give it a go. I'm not opposed. I'm not above it. If I need to get this flow episode out, I'm editing until about 2 a.m. with these upload speeds. Anyways, just one more shout out. It was tough. My heart's a little torn for mentor, the symbol of mentorism. Jiminy fucking Cricket, like the conscious.
I had him on my list.
For Pinocchio, like, right or wrong, that's ultimately what a mentor's for. Jiminy's has always held a warm place in my heart. But that wraps us up. Let's do a quick recap here. Let's see who picked first. Erica, why don't you give us your team?
You didn't pick first.
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
I did.
Sorry. Go ahead.
So I had Po from Kung Fu Panda, Wolf from The Bad Guys, Splinter from Ninja Turtles TMNT. Comic relief was Iago from Aladdin. Sidekick, Sid the Sloth and Ice Age. And then my wild card was Crush from Finding Nemo.
I'm going to be talking with a list for like a couple days just so I could get my Sid picks out.
Shout out John Leguizamo. Okay, Erica, you were second. What do you got?
So my hero is none other than Scooby-Doo. My villain is Popper from A Bug's Life. My mentor is going to be Absalom from Alice in Wonderland. My comic relief, Donkey from Shrek. Sidekick, we're going to go Pascal from Tangled. And for my wild card, we cannot forget Little Gus Gus from Cinderella.
Well done. Yeah, again, I'm impressed you know the caterpillar's name because it's never said, right? It's just from the book. Yeah, pretty good.
I'm not sure it said in the cartoon, but the live action, I do know that they mention his name on multiple occasions.
We don't recognize the live action version of Alice in Wonderland in this house, or the the remake, I should say, of Willy Wonka. Both those are not in this house.
The Timothy Chalamet one? Chalamet?
I mean, to be fair, I didn't see that one, but I was referring to the Johnny Depp one.
Don't waste your time.
Oh, wow, like that, huh?
Yeah.
Tough beat.
Like that.
Well, he's got a complete unknown. I've made up for it. Good for him. Okay, recapping my team. For my first pick and mentor, I took Bagheera from The Jungle Book. Villain, I took Scar from The Lion King. Wild card, everybody's best friend, Eeyore. For hero, I took Robin Hood. And for sidekick, I took Dante from Coco. And then comic relief for my boy Robin Williams, Batty from Ferngully. You know, we have pretty good diverse lists. You know what I mean? Like from
animals.
Yeah. Diverse animals, diverse lists, diverse eras of animation. Nobody took Bambi, that wimpy deer. I thought maybe Adrian for sentimental sake. Excellent. Well, that wraps up our draft. We are going to be putting out voting here over the weekend. As always, you can vote on our Instagram, seeingthis.pod. Cast your vote before the end of Sunday. You can also find us on Blue Sky, Letterboxd, and YouTube at Seen This Pod, or you can go to our website to get all of it, as well as some written reviews that maybe we don't cover at seenthispod.com. All right, that'll do it. You guys have a good one, and we'll see you on the next episode. Stay safe.